Hey everyone, how's it going? We're going to do something a little bit different today. Well, this week in general, actually, I've got I've got a week off work, so I'm going to do some extra videos. So my plan is to make two missions this week rather than just doing one on Friday. I'm going to make it a two-parter. So the idea is going to be the idea that's in my head is that there's going to be a war going on the ground. There's going to be good guys, bad guys fighting, maybe in a city. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do yet. This is as far as my idea has gone so far. They're going to be fighting in a city, hopefully. Maybe either side of a hill or something like that. So they're going to be attacking each other. And then we are going to fly in the F-16, clear the airspace, get rid of the SAMs, get rid of any aircraft, everything that the A-10's not great at. And then part two will be the same mission, but we're going to bring the A-10 in, and it's going to just decimate the ground targets. As it does so well. So the idea being that I'm flying both planes, the F-16, which I am still an absolute noob at, and the A-10, which I'm just a noob at. So we're going to come in and get both of those and hopefully use this same mission to make two videos, part one Wednesday, part two Friday. That's the plan anyway. So let us get cracking. I'm going to disclaimer straight away. I am by no means a good mission creator. This is all self-taught. I've only had this game since August. And what is it now? November, so 4 months. So I'm not the be all and end all with this stuff, and I'm probably going to be fumbling my way through some of it. So anyway, stick with me. So Syria has got some nice cities, some very nice cityscapes in it. So I'm probably going to go with that. The only other one that's quite nice is Nevada because you can do the strip, but a war in Nevada is pretty unlikely because I imagine the Americans probably put a stop to that pretty quick. Caucasus got some nice cities in it as well, and it's a bit nicer for people to download because. Oh, let's do that, yes. Because if I'm going to share this mission out for you guys, most of you have got this map, or all of you have got this map because it comes free with the game, right? Right, let's find city. I haven't been on this map in a while. Where is there cities in this map? Go satellite first of all. It's just a lot of fields, isn't there? Let's find a big city. Ooh, what's this here? It's more of a town. Let's find a big city. There really isn't anything, is there? Is that some... It's just some car parks, isn't it? Maybe some factories. I thought there would be... Oh, hello. What's this here? I don't think it's cities, though. I think it's more just like little towns and stuff. Might have to go. Might have to go with Syria. Just to get those big cities across the door. It'd be great if we could do like in Google Maps where you can kind of pan it and see it in 3D. I can't really tell if any of those are high rises. I don't know these maps well enough to know where all the good stuff is. What's going on in this bit here? Oh, I look like a city. You know what? No, I'm gonna stick with Syria. I know they've got some good cities in Syria. Let's go there then. Let's go new. Yes, lose all save changes. Syria. Hurrah! So yeah, any questions or advice, by the way, just get in the chat. Because like I say, I'm still fairly new to this game, and I've had a lot of comments on the last couple of videos that have been really helpful. People being really nice about, the fact I'm using the wrong weapons or I'm using the wrong tactics and stuff like that. And this is the reason that I started streaming this in the first place. The reason I didn't wait until I was good is because the first couple of goes I had on this game, I live streamed them immediately. Like literally my first ever time flying. I streamed it, and people were diving on straight away, and just helping me out. And I got so much further, so much quicker because people were helping me. So I appreciate that. We're frozen. We're frozen. Hello. Oh, spinning wheel of death. Oh, not already. Spinning wheel of death. I zoomed in too fast. Oh, come on. Oh, no. I'm going to wait for the program to respond, thank you. It's going to respond. There it goes. It normally does. Right, so we've got a big city here. Damascus. So I'm wondering, what is that thing there? That's cool. It's like a stadium of some kind. Looks like it's being built. So I'm wondering if maybe on the outskirts of this city somewhere, a bit of a Barney going on. For those of you who aren't English, Barney is a fight. Yeah, maybe either side of this lot. So I could put Allied forces here, enemy forces here. Yeah, so I think my plan is to just start dropping in personnel and units and stuff, and then have the same thing here. And the idea being that even if I left this and didn't even fly in, the issue would resolve itself anyway. You know what I mean? So they're always going to be fighting each other, and at some point someone's going to win. So my plan is to just go in and minimize casualties and stuff like that. So let's start dropping some things in here. Let's have the enemy on the outskirts here, and let's first off give them a SAM site, something for me to come in with the F-16 and destroy. So on the left-hand side here, you've got some pre-made stuff. These two boxes. What's YouTube moaning about? Are we still connected? Said something about not. It's gone yellow. What are you moaning about? It's not maintaining a steady stream. I apologise if it's a bit jumpy. Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. You know what? I'm streaming in the highest quality, so I should probably knock that down a smidge. Right, yes. So my point is, yeah, these little squares on the left-hand side here, I've got pre-made like SAM sites, so you can just drop the whole thing in, and you've got everything you need, and it all just works, which is fantastic. So what I probably will do, let's go for a classic USA versus Russia, I think, because it's just a lot easier than doing the United issue, even though I don't know why the USA and Russia would be fighting in Syria. But let's chuck in a SAM 6, and we'll put that there. So see, it just drops the whole lot in one go. And then what I tend to do is bunch them all up together a bit. So if you grab number 1, it moves all of them. If you grab one of the others, it just moves that one. So let's move number 1 into a field, and let's just grab these guys and just smooch them all up a little bit. They don't need to be that far apart. I'm sure it's probably better for, incoming harms and stuff, but these guys are just a little bit scattered around. So we'll do the baddies first. Okay, so you can see here on the map where they all are. So you've got your rocket launchers, you've got your radars. Which one of these is the radar? Because it kind of starts off laying flat. One of those would be the radar anyway. Yeah, and I'm thinking maybe some troops on the front line. So we can get some static objects. And we can go... Is it not a static object? Maybe it's a ground infantry. There we go. Okay, some guys with some AK-47s. And if at any point you want to know what you're sticking in the game, you can click on this little... Ah, great. It's going to show me up. Show me up in front of all my friends. Cheers. Hit that guy there. Now we can click on this. Okay, so now we see what this guy looks like. To do with an AK-47. And then we can put him in different outfits if they exist, which they don't. And he is going to go right there. And we'll start those guys around. And then if you want to add some more people to that infantry, you can just click this little button here. You probably can even click this button. This button's new. Oh, 2, yeah. 3, 4, 5. How many can we have? Oh, let's have loads of them. Loads of them, we'll just start dotting them around. Oh, got the whole lot. Yeah, so let's just start dotting these guys all over the place. Let's stick some couple guys over there. Guy there. We've got 35 infantry. A couple of guys back here. As you can see, some of them can even reach the other side, so they might even start engaging. couple of guys just bunched up together here in a little bunch. And if you want to, you can have them to move around. So you can have them walking about and doing little jobs. So for now, I'm just going to dot these guys around. Just keep moving these guys. Just these are little infantry. These guys, just kind of bunch them all up together. Let's have a couple of guys at the back there who just, hanging back, checking their Instagrams rather than maybe they're at the tea station. And then in between all these guys, I'll put loads of tanks, and it's going to be quite well. Oh no, don't tell me that's the last one. You know what I said about being able to move number 1, and it moves all of them. Yeah, that's what this is. I don't know if I can then select everyone else. Oh no, I've got to move them all again. Right, always move number 1 first, everyone. Don't do as I do, do as I say, and all that. Okay, let's bunch these guys up over here. They're all hanging out on the front line. I'm not sure if that's really that far enough away. They're only 2,000 feet apart. It's going to be a bit chaotic. Anyway, once I've moved these, the good thing with this as well is normally before I do a mission, I'll just have a little look, see if it looks good, see if all the little objects are moving like they should be. Because most of the time you get in, you fly for flipping 25 minutes, half hour, and you get there and you realise that the object hasn't moved. It's still back in its original spawn position, just because you've forgotten to do something. I will also go through rules and triggers, because they are the fun part of this. So can have it set off so if someone dies, someone spawns, and if you can have it so if you go into this area, this guy will start attacking you. You can do things like that, which is quite cool. Okie dokie, so that is a SAM site, a load of infantry kind of scattered around. I mean, if you zoom in, they're not actually that close to each other, but we don't want them too close, because if the bullets start flying, then they are all going to start hitting. This one bomb drops here, this lot are all dead. So let's stick in some tanks. So when it comes to tanks, I don't know what I'm doing. We'll get a couple of air defense guys in there. Right, so again, we click on this and we can see what it is. Right, basically that is just a radar. Don't really want that. We want manpads are quite cool. Yes. Don't really know what the difference is between the Igla and Igla S. I mean, that guy looks like the same guy, right? Igla. I don't know. And generally what I do as well is I put these on random, because that way I don't know what I'm going to get. And because if you put everybody on the same skill set, you tend to get the same thing every time. So if I was to do the mission a couple of times, I start to know who's going to blow who up when or whatever. So if I do have to do the mission a second time, for some reason, if something goes wrong, it's a new mission. It's a completely new mission. So, right. So I put him in the bunch there. And let's have 2 of those guys. Let's have the other one over here in with these guys, with the infantries. So yeah, I was going to start putting in some heavy stuff, wasn't I? Right, air defense. I quite like what they called. It's the one with the little minigun. Oh, is it a Gecko? Has he got the minigun on him? Oh no, he's got some SA8s on him. Yeah, it's quite a monster. We don't want that one. We've got enough SAM sites already. Which is the one that's got the... It's not the Grumble. Wow, look at them things. Yeah, as cool as they are, I don't want them pointing at me. It's not the Igla. Oh, good as work come under air defense. So, artillery. So this is when it comes to tanks. This is when it comes to ground stuff. So this guy, I think, has just got that on the top, right? Is that what he does? Man sticks his head out, shoots machine gun. Okay. So let's talk about waypoints. So he will start there. So we've got our day starting at 8 a.m. on the 1st of June 2020. We can change the weather and bits and bobs, but I'm going to leave it as it is for now. It's practically the desert, so it's going to be hot no matter what. So if you see there, we start at 8. So when we go back to look at this guy here, you see he starts at 8 o'clock down here. And if we add in a waypoint, click add, and let's say we want him to advance to these guys. He's going to find his own way through. He's not going to take a straight line through the buildings and stuff. He'll try and kind of dodge objects. But you'll see he'll be there within 1 minute 39 seconds because he's traveling at 11 knots. So you can adjust all that. And what you can do is have a fixed time. So if you don't want him to get there until 10 minutes past, you type in 8:10, click on the fixed time. You can only have one or the other. And then it will automatically set the speed. So if I change that to 10 minutes past, he's doing 1.9 knots. So it's going to take him, cancel that one. It's going to take him 10 minutes to get from here to here. And let's face it, he's going to be under attack, so he's probably not even going to go that fast. But he will try his best to be over that side by 10 minutes past 8. But yeah, you can do what you want with these. So, and there's a lot of things you can add to on the waypoints as well. So on waypoint 1, if for example, if I wanted to, I could then set him to attack a certain object. So let's perform task. So I'm going to say attack group. And if there was a group over there, like, you know, ground 2, I could click on there, like a group. And in here would be the list of all the stuff on the ground. And I can click ground 2. I can even choose what weapon he uses. You know, how long he does it, what direction he comes at them from. You can do so much stuff with this, so much. And as you saw, there's some other things in here. Hold comes in handy when you're trying to make realistic missions. I've got one coming up that I've made a while ago, where we're flying kind of like an Air Force One character. I've called it Air Force Zero. Where he's flying, and then when we land, the jeeps come in and collect the important person. So you have the jeeps hold. So you have them get to a point, they hold. They wait until you set off a trigger point, which I will show you later. As soon as that plane gets to the parking bay, which I've set, it then triggers those vehicles to come and get in. And then, you can set things like that. So the other thing you can do is set them to hold. If you saw the one I did before, which was Operation Kill the Bad Guys, the friendly jeeps got to a point and they stopped and they waited, and I set the trigger so that as soon as all the other groups of people were dead, once I dropped all the bombs and destroyed all those targets, then they would advance through. So you can use that hold for that, which is quite handy. And go to waypoint is very good if you just want some visual stuff. You want a car just driving around an airfield, just to have a little bit of something pretty going on while you're taxiing around. You can set 7 or 8 waypoints, and then on the 8th waypoint you can say go to waypoint 1, and he'll go back to waypoint 1, and he'll just do the whole thing again, and he just keeps going around. So you got attack groups, obviously you got attack units, same thing but more specific. Right, if you've got a group of 4 people, you can literally go, I want that guy, I want you to kill that guy in the face. And the other thing you got is fire at point. So if for some reason the group's not in there, or it's something like a random object, or even just a building that's already in the game, you can have it fire at point. So I'll click on that now and you can see it. See, it says fire at point there, got a little triangle, and you can literally move that around and go, this house right here, I want you to shoot that. So he'll go from here to that point. When he gets to that point at 10 minutes past, he's then going to fire at this point here, but I don't want that because that would be weird. So I'm going to delete that. So yeah, like I say, any questions, get in the comments, and I'll answer what I can. I'm about 18 missions in at this point, so that is my knowledge base. Self-taught, a little bit of YouTube taught as well. There's a lot better guides on the internet than this one, but I'm just showing you what I'm building for this week. So I've got a mission Wednesday and a mission Friday. They're both one big mission with 2 parts, and I will fly it in one. I'll edit it in 2. So yeah, just make it like a 2-part EastEnders episode to be continued. I'm gonna have to put one of them in, aren't I? Hello, Scal. How you doing, man? Yeah, I have started streaming again. I only started again last week. And on this occasion, I'm making missions. But I haven't forgot about you. I've still got that mission. I spoke to Scal a while ago, saying I've got a mission for him to do with me. And it's still in my thing. I've got it down as mission 20 at the moment, and what we're building here is mission 17, 18. So I will hit you up at some point. I need him to fly that KA-50 for me, which would be amazing if you can still do it. But yeah, I've started streaming again. I would like to start streaming a little bit more of the sim racing stuff. But yeah, for now, we're going to make this mission and kind of just look at it. And I can show you that now, actually, to be honest. If you want, what you can do is you can, at any point, if you want to see how your mission's looking, you can hit save. Oh, we haven't made it yet, have we? So let's get rid of that. I'm showing away all my trade secrets here. Just have to figure out the chords. What do you mean by chords? The only chords I know of are musical chords. You got into sim racing? Good lad. Good lad. I do love sim racing. I mean, I got to admit, this has kind of taken over my life now, but I do love a bit of sim racing. Right, this is mission 17. I'm calling it double bubble. Because when you're at work and you do 2 jobs in one day, it's double bubble, right? You get twice the money. Still got to figure out the coordination. Oh, what, of the KA-50? I thought you was all over that. You're an expert pilot, right? Okay, you know what? Why am I calling that part 1? Because this is just one thing I'm just going to film it into. Oh, where'd that go? What's happening? Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah, because I was going to give you coordinates, wasn't I? And you were going to head there. We could probably get away with just giving you a waypoint. Again, I'll show everyone that in a minute when we do waypoints. So, sorry, I'm having a bit of trouble saving this. Save. I want to call this. Why did they not let me do it? It's going to be called Mission 17. Isn't it funny that we get stuck at the point where we can't save the game? Why are you doing this to me? Oh dear. Is it under missions? That's where everyone is. Okay. Hey, we saved it. Good. I don't know why that's so difficult. Just need a location name. Yeah. Well, I'll let you know once that one's been built. I mean, I can show you very quickly what that one looks like. Let me just crack it open for you. It's this one here. So this is going to be in a couple of weeks' time, giving away my trade secrets here. But you have a quick look at this one. The idea being, I believe I'm going to be in the A10. Bucking Awesome's going to be in the FA18. New in the KA50. And you know what? This one's got waypoints, I think, anyway. Is it this one? No, it wasn't this one, sorry. It was called Squiggly Squid. I don't want to save anything. Oh, okay. Yep. Where's it gone? Squiggly Squid, there it is. Sorry. Yeah, start playing some DCS again. What racing games have you been playing? If I can ask. I imagine something like ACC or iRacing. iRacing is where all the cool kids are. Yes, so this one, quite complicated looking, as you can see. This is the one that I want Scow and Bucking Awesome to do with me. So we start off at Beslan. And we are these guys here. There's Scow over there. Yep, and then you've got me over here and Bucking Awesome's in that one. And the idea being that we fly to a canyon run. So you've got, on this one, we've got waypoints. So we take off, fly to waypoint 1, and there's a river. And there is a big canyon here. So this is all mountainous. So as you can see, we follow all the waypoints all the way through. And we get right the way down to here. And there's like a small base being set up on the edge of this river here. And the idea is to destroy that. But in the meantime, I guess you and I, Scal, will be doing... we're doing all the ground stuff. And there is, see this little red one here? This is like a little ground guy who's coming up to try and shoot us. It's one of those ones with the minigun on it. The one I couldn't find earlier, actually. Just click on it, see what it is. It's a Sheikah gun dish. Well, that's no good, is it? That's not going to kill anyone. Oh, he's got 4 guns out the front. Okay, yeah, so that guy's going to be driving along here. And obviously we're going to run into him. But then we need Bucking Awesome because there are some incoming enemy from down here, Tbilisi, Sukhumi. They're going to fly in and try and destroy us. But the other issue is that we've got big SAM sites either side of these hills. So if we poke our heads up over the hills, we're going to get killed. So yeah, that's the one that we're going to be doing. But let's get back to our mission that we're doing now. ACC I love. AC always feels a bit more like I jump on there for fun. I play whenever I go into AC. I just kind of do the Nordschleife over and over and over again. And F1 2022, I never got on with F1. I had it. I had F1 2020, 21, and 22. I never liked it. Could never get on with how it felt. ACC is still my favourite, and it's getting the Nordschleife early next year. Right, let's go back to the mission. You want a Tunguska? Is that the one with the minigun on the front? Yeah, ACC is getting Nordschleife. It's getting early next year. Can't wait for that. So I'm going to chuck a Tunguska in here if I can figure out what on earth it is. So it's under all. Let's have a little look. See if we can find this guy. A Tunguska Grisson. Oh, what does that got on the front of it? It's got 2 very large guns and what look like 3 bits of plumbing pipe, or 4 bits of plumbing pipe. Yeah, ACC is my favourite too. Yeah, I imagine those have got some kind of rocket inside them, but it looks like those little screw caps you just get on the end of your plumbing and by your toilet. Probably is the same thing, to be honest. Yeah, okay, I'll stick one of those in for funsies. Anything with a radar on is going to be fairly easy to get rid of because I'm going to be using harms, right? Miniguns and missiles. Okay, so let's stick that guy down here with this bunch. Stick him in between in the crowd. Let's have a quick beverage. Yes, mate, it's going all right. Yeah, I mean, total views is up in the 70,000s now. Yeah, and each video seems to be doing quite well, so I'm chuffed to bits, man. Absolutely chuffed to bits. I hope that muted because that was a horrible cough. Yeah, the views are going okay. I think ultimately, what I'm good at is making doing the missions and chatting because of my background of radio presenting and podcasting and stuff. But the flying of the plane is still very, very ropey. So I will get better at that as time goes on. So we got these on random, got that on random as well. These guys don't really need to move. They can all just shoot at each other across these buildings. What else do I want to put in? I want to put in some big boy tanks. So what I'll do is I'll put the tanks back here. Let's find a nice tank. Let's find a tank looking tank. So if I do artillery, if I work my way down, that looks like a tank. Let's have that. Let's have a tank. See, my issue again is that I don't know if that's a good tank or not. So I'm chucking it in there, thinking that it might be right. I mean, look, why is that circle so small? Oh, it's not small. It goes all the way out here. Ooh, that one's going to be a bit of a problem. Yeah, the ACC. I did this probably what you're doing. I learnt to drive the Porsche, and that was my car to start with, and I loved it. But everybody said it is the hardest one. The Porsche is the hardest car to learn, but it is ultimately the most rewarding. And it's one of the quicker ones as well. But very, very hard to, very hard to get to do what you want it to do, because it doesn't want to corner very well. Oh, didn't want that one. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying ACC. I need to get back on it. I'll give you a race at some point. Trying to keep the two worlds separate. I'll probably do my streaming for my ACC on Twitch. And I don't do any of this on Twitch anymore. This is purely a YouTube thing. We don't need many of those, do we? I mean, that guy's just going to start. I keep adding in waypoints. So if I look at this guy, yeah, so he's got 122mm cannons. That's ferocious. Well, hopefully I can help you for a change, mate. That'd be good, wouldn't it? I can teach you some bits and bobs. Tell you what is worth getting. I haven't tried it yet. A friend of mine has it. It's called Trophy AI. What it does is it looks at your racing lines and your braking and accelerating points, and it tells you where you can be faster and where you're going too fast. And it's like a little pop-up that comes up in the top corner of the window, and it shows you where you're going wrong, and it trains you. So have a look at trophy.ai, I think it's called, and it was invite only. If you're stuck, I think I've got an invite that I haven't used yet. So right, so that's an artillery guy. He's going to try and make his way through there as well. Your racing lines don't exist. Of course they do. Unless you're using the audience, I think they exist. You'll be fine. We've gone back to front here, mate. When I used to do the racing, you were on there talking about the SDCS, and now we're on here doing you're talking about racing. Always doing it back to front. Right, that's fine. Something else that looks tanky. That is the best way to describe it. He looks tanky. That's a big guy. He looks quite modern as well. He's probably not. He's got a very big top bit. What's that thing at the back do? Like a stabilizer or something. This is where you can start to play with colours and things like that. Summer. Winter. Oh, he's got a little bit of snow on him. That'd look very out of place in the desert, wouldn't it? I'll keep it as default for now. Yeah, I want artillery though, don't I? I know, because I'm building the enemy side, and then I'm going to build the friendly side, the other side. So this is where the enemy are going to be. This is where the friendlies are going to be. Over here, just separated by this little block of buildings here. And the idea is that they're going to be battling it out, and I'm going to fly in from above and, you know, wipe everyone out. That's my plan anyway. I think there's a big chance that these guys are just going to destroy me. And what I have noticed since flying the F-16 is that if some kid just like fires a spitball at you, your wing falls off. So it's not quite like the A-10. They're going to get shelled. Is that a bad thing? Well, I'm going to give the guys the other side some as well. I'm going to try and keep it even. I might even give the guys who are defending a little bit more stuff. How many did these carry? Does it tell you? How many shells? 12 and 28. Yeah, I mean, look at the radius on it. This is why I need you here, mate. Tell me these things. Yeah, because there's going to be a big war going on. These guys versus these guys. Nuclear cow will be in there somewhere. I'll hide him in a farm. And yeah, as you remember, don't get too close when you shoot him. If you haven't seen that one, what was that one called? It wasn't Get to the Chopper, was it? What was it called, that one? Big Bada Boom? I think it was like 4th mission we did, wasn't it? I put an Easter egg in, which was a little cow at the end of the runway, and if you shot the little cow, he exploded. But I typed in too many zeros, and he killed everybody. He honestly killed us all. Yeah, that was funny. Back in the early days, eh? I say early days like it wasn't 2.5 months ago we did that one. Right, okay, so maybe shelling is too much for ground guys, but mortars are pretty good, right? Again, their radius is huge though. So the mortar's just that. You need someone to operate it. Let's take the waypoint. Can't get there anyway. Why are they all red? Yeah, it was about 3 months ago. That was early. That was the 4th mission, so that would have been the first month of me doing this, and I started in August. So yeah, it would have been end of August. So September, October, November. Yeah. What am I looking at? So I'm in artillery. So what I don't want is artillery then. So I don't want infantry either because that's just dudes. Fortification. They're not going to build barracks, are they? Portable Takan? What does that look like? Oh, that's it, is it? You could also double it up to cook everyone's lunch, couldn't you? Like a little microwave. Alright, I don't want that. I don't want barracks. I don't want buildings. I don't want fortification. I don't want trains. I don't want unarmed. What's in missiles? Scud. Oh, that's big. But he doesn't have any missiles in it. Surely that's got a crazy range. Look at that range. It was all the way out there. That's mad. And that's his visibility range as well, is it? Yeah, I don't think we need a Scud. Right, so if it's not... Yeah. Yeah, an ICBM is a bit much for a little fight going between 2 people. So we don't need unarmed, we don't need trains, we don't need missiles, we don't need infantry because we've got those already. Fortification is basically buildings. Artillery is shooty guys. Let's find somebody who's not a tank. I'll put a mortar in, didn't I? Let's move that mortar up. Put him in the fold. That is really mad about something. What was it mad about? Why are we red? I'm sure it'll figure itself out. Right, so into artillery. So let's start looking for gunfolk. Oh, I don't really like these little cars. They're good for if you're doing something terroristy. Yeah, these are all big boys, aren't they? What is that thing? That is cool. That's another one. And a slightly posher looking one. With more scaffolding tubes. Little baby missiles, right? How much damage can that do? Park him up there. Oh my word. Maybe what I need to do is put these guys a little further out. I mean, to be honest, their radius is so big, I'd have to put them in the next city over. I don't really know what to do with this war here. What I'm trying to achieve is not baby missiles. No. What I'm trying to achieve here is like a little group of guys here fighting a group of guys here. And what I want is for that to go on quite a long while. And I got a feeling that if I start putting all this stuff that I'm putting in here, that it's not going to last 2 minutes. A couple of artillery dudes there. What I need is a couple of those Humvees with the guns on the top. Maybe that kind of thing. And maybe one tank. I can't put in a tank. It's not a war without a tank, is it? So he's random skill. Yeah, you can use TrackIR for ACC. I didn't get on with it. It made it a bit weird, like looking into the bends and stuff. I did set it as 1-for-1. You know, on TrackIR you can have it so it amplifies your head turns, like you need for fighting, you know, doing dogfights and stuff. So you turn your head a little bit and it looks behind you. I had it 1-for-1, so I turned my head and it would move the same amount. So I could look into the bends and I couldn't tell if it was helping me or hindering me. So, but it can be done. It just works. As long as you've got TrackIR running when you boot it up, it will just start working. So obviously ACC does VR as well, which is something I need for this. I love VR. I love sticking VR, but like you say, you get hot though. You get sweaty. Sometimes it gives you a bit of a headache. Okay, let's see what happens. So this here is self-propelled artillery, which is basically going to be I could just put in a few more of those things that you said about, right? What was it? What was it we had? Hmm. Let's leave this guy here, but let's have him with just 12 rounds. You can only do so much damage with 12 rounds, right? That's right, start making some good guys. This thing is really mad about something. Okay, is it because it double ticked? The first one has to be fixed time? Okay, that seems happier. I don't know what it's so mad about. Maybe it doesn't do 12 knots. Yeah, the Tunguska. That's like an SA. Was it 12? SA 19. It's going to be pretty deadly, right? So this guy is going to try and make his way through at a speed of, and you always do your speed in your second waypoint. So your first waypoint, you know, obviously 0 because he's not moving when he starts. But you put your speed in your second waypoint. It's always the speed to that waypoint, not the speed from that waypoint, which is a bit odd. I think you might as well just always have it. Let's put in one knot again. So he's very slow going through, but those guys can work their way through. Yeah, I'm hoping that an F-16 with some harms on board is going to take care of a lot of the SAM stuff, like this guy, that guy. I've got a mortar here. I could probably do with another couple of those. Let's have another couple of mortars. We've got to have a bit of a boom and explosions going on, haven't we? Let's put a guy back here as well. Okay, right. So let's start on the good guys. Let's say the good guys. I mean, they're our guys. Our guys aren't necessarily the good guys, are they? I will also be having a couple of choppers flying around, a couple of aircraft doing their thing as well. I'm going to blow up some K-50s just for you, mate. Right, let's have a little look. So let's start with infantry again. So let's put the ground units in. I should probably move them back behind here, right? Dot them around. Infantry. Let's change it to USA. So I've got the difference between M4s and M249s and JTACs. What's JTACs? Oh, okay, no, rockets. M4 matches to a degree. It matches what these guys had. So if we had 35 of those, right? Let's type it in. 35. Boom. Look at that. Lovely. Right, which is the one that moves all of them? That one. Okay, let's scatter these guys around these buildings. Let's get them like hunkered down. So what I should have done with the enemy is have them like moving their way up. Have them like pushing in and these guys defending. At least if I spread them out a bit, put them behind buildings, when the mortars start raining down, they won't all die straight away. Just keep spreading them out. Oh, I've got no doubt. I've got no doubt the KA-50 is the best chopper. I've seen it in action. It's a deadly, deadly thing. So the A-10 is always going to be my baby because I love that plane so much. But I've recently been learning the F-16, which is, I mean, from what I know of it so far, it is an absolutely wicked, wicked piece of kit. The only downsides to it over the A-10 are that it can't carry any bloody fuel. It uses too much of it. It can't carry the same kind of ordnance that the A-10 can. I mean, the A-10 could probably swoop in here if it wasn't for them firing at them, and it'd have enough armament to just take all this out in one go, whereas the F-16 is going to have to go back. It's going to have to refuel. It's going to have to reload with bits and bobs and come back in and have another go. Right, so they had also some mortars, didn't they? So let's chuck some mortars in here down the front. Let's stick that in there. What does that come under? Artillery, I guess. That's coming down as Russia again. Mortars. There's only one. And he looks like that. Okay, great. How many of those did I give him? 3? Yeah, let's give him 3. So one here. One hiding behind that building there. And one there, right on the front line. Okay, so what else do we need? What else did they get? They got tank. One really good tank. Okay. So what I can do is I can set these guys to push up, which is number 1. Is that guy, isn't he? So you don't have to do a waypoint for every single item. So this guy here, because he's the leader of the infantry, I can give him a waypoint and just stick him to there. And then they will all start making their way over there. That's half a knot. No, I want it as like no knots almost. Okay, it's going to take him 17 minutes to get to that point, but the whole of the infantry, even these guys at the back here, all the ones that are in white and that main guy, they're all going to make their way through to this one here. Yeah, the last thing I would like to learn is the Apache, and I've done a couple of the little like in-game training things. It's impossible. It's impossible to fly. It just wants to spin around, and you can counter it with the rudder pedal, but you're kind of constantly doing that, and I just don't know how you move it where you want to go. I'm kind of willing it to go somewhere, and sometimes it goes there, but I feel like it's reading my mind more than I'm actually controlling it. Not on that. Right, so hopefully these guys won't push up if they're being shot at, because then they will die. So we also need a SAM site. Let's put in a... Nice. Yeah, I will hit you up actually, because you're probably going to be the guy I need to train me up on it. The other downside to the Apache is that it's a 2-man. It's a 2-man, isn't it? So you have to have a second guy parked up behind you. Oh, not that one. Delete that. Delete. Right, I need a USA one. So why is a Patriot site when it's at home? That's crazy. Whatever that thing is. So what I'm hoping... Oh, I've put in 2. So what I'm hoping is this Patriot site is going to take care of most of the aerial stuff that comes in. So let's just tuck a few of these guys in here and here. Like that. Scooch them all in. Punch them all up a little bit. I'm hoping this is going to take care of like all the helicopters and jets that come in, and then the F-16 is just going to have a little clear up after he's shot off all his harms. I need it to be facing that way, really. But I don't know which one's that yellow thing coming out of. There. Okay, let's rotate it. There you go. She's looking at the enemy now. Lovely. So we've got a Patriot site. They've got a SAM 6 site. We're probably winning in that situation. We've got the infantry in. We've got some mortars in. Yeah, George. From what I've seen of George online, he just punches out all the time. As soon as you get into any bother, he just, I'm out, fires you out of the jet. Then you're flying along with no canopy and no blooming wingman. Right, where are tanks? Let's have a couple of little tank guys. I don't get why this has gone red now. I know I'm going to come to save this game and it's going to be a disaster because that red thing's there. Let me hit save. Seems to be okay. Right. Not air defense. Artillery. So what we got here? We don't want that one. Self-propelled. That's a nice looking tank. Got some little diggings at the back. Some spurs. Well, that's the only one we got, is it? Can have the that's the same one. Multiple rocket launchers. These are all the ooh. Hello. Yeah, no, I don't want those either. Command and control. Oh, I was going to chuck a couple of these in on each side as well because these are quite cool. Oh, Jester. So what's the difference between Jester and George? Oh, what was I doing? I was doing something, wasn't I? I was trying to find a tank. There we are. Tank. Done. So we've got a tank. They've got a tank. Okay, right. So George is just the helicopter version of Jester. So he's going to push up as well. So this guy here is going to go to that guy. I'm going to make this guy now. Oh, not that one. I'm going to make this guy go to this guy. And then what I also want them to do is to attack each other. So, you know, self-assured destruction. So now I know, you know what I was saying earlier about being able to attack a ground target. So I know that our tank is ground 11. Okay, so if I go to this is now their waypoint. I go add attack group ground 11. Now, no matter where that waypoint is, he'll always end up attacking that guy. And I'll do the same in reverse. I need his skill set to random as well. Let's pull his thing away a little bit. Oh, not that one. Put his thing away a little bit, and then if I add, what is he called? He's ground 7. If I add attack group, ground 7. There you go. So now he would always, when he gets to this point, he would attack him. What I'll do is I'll put that back there a little smidge. I'll pull this back to here as well. So when they get to the road, then they'll start attacking each other. Okay, let's also make sure that that is going to be about 10 minutes in. At 1 knot. Yeah, well, almost. Almost half an hour. Right, so what we're dealing with here, is that the first of the ground guys? Yeah, they're all random. Those are random. Yeah, like I said before, I like them random. Because then every time you come into the game, you get a different experience. So these guys are kind of bunched up, pushing forwards. These guys are holding fast back where they are. These guys have got that yeah, Tunguska. Whereas the Americans don't have anything equivalent. Well, I gave them another thing over here. Or was that the mortars? Some more. So we need something Tunguska-y for the Americans. Let's put the Tunguska there. Or whatever the equivalent of the Tunguska is. It'd be air defense, right? Was that safe? Or a C-Ram would be nice. They're very cool. Casmo's the guy, is he? For Apache? Right, I'll give that a go. Tell you who I've been watching is Bogey Dope. He's been very good for the F16. His videos are very short, very to the point. Yeah, hopefully that little C-Ram will save us. And I still haven't put in anything air defense stuff. What are these? I don't know what they are. And that looks like something that would work on an airfield, doesn't it? So we've got the Stingers, which we know of. That's a radar. I imagine that's part of a bigger something else. What on earth is that? I couldn't even tell you what that does. The missiles sit on it, and they're just not there. Command post. Big radar. Don't really need the radar because the radar's part of the SAM site or part of the Patriot site, isn't it? Oh, what's this one? He's just got a big gun on the front. This one shoots 120Cs. Lovely. We don't want that though because it's going to give. We don't want any Patriot stuff because we've already got them. So just having a little flick through, seeing what these are. Is this another one of those ones which is it's just a radar here? Some guys on the back of a truck with a big gun. Ah, the Vulcan. That's the one I've been thinking of. One with the minigun on the front. I love this thing. Leave that in there. Is he on top of something else? So, what we can do now is the exciting part. Is we can hit save. We can go have a little look and watch these guys destroy each other. Use a NASAM. On the American side, what is a NASAM and where do I find it? Ah, NASAM. So what is it? Yeah, it was the 120Cs. Yeah, I feel like it gives me a bit of an advantage. Yeah, I feel it's a bit naughty because they don't really have anything like that. They haven't got any tracked radar stuff to take down air things other than their SAM site. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to dive in. We're going to have a little look. So if we hit fly mission, do I have to have a plane here at this point? Maybe I have to have a plane. How far is Damascus? It's only 11 miles. Not really far enough, is it? Come from Beirut, can we? Because then we're travelling good side to bad side. Yeah, I get that it looks absolutely wicked, but I feel like it's a little unfair. It looks like if we had that, then we're going to win. And what I would like is the ground thing to be a little bit even so that what we're doing is making a difference. Right, so if we put in... So if we take our plane from here, I'm just going to drop an A10 in here for a second. Well, actually an F16. Because it's the first one we take off in. That one. I will do some F22 stuff again. But obviously that being, what's it called, low fidelity. It's just not quite as fun now. Now you know what you're doing. All right, take off from parking. Hot. Okay, so now that's in, that means I can probably do a flight, but then just have a little look around. Let's go in. Let's take a look. Oh, the little wheel bay door opened then as it spawned in. What a beautiful looking little plane. Right, anyway. Where are you going? Oh, I did it wrong, didn't I? Anyway, let's go have a look at the guys, see what they're up to. I haven't put anything in yet. So what we do is if we do the free camera, we see any destruction yet? So we go map and then like zoom right in. So these guys are on the move. Go free camera. Yeah, see the little infantry guys making their way through. And our guys are over the other side of those trees. Yeah, they're all kind of... Why is that guy going the other way? And then we look over here, you'll see tank moving very slowly. That's the SA-6 site, right? In the middle. And then there'll be a few odd bits just dotted around. Probably I've put them in the trees. And there's a couple of guys running around in the trees down there, look. Okay, alright. If I go to ground units on this. Oh, there we go. I don't know if these are ours or theirs. No, these are theirs. So many. Look at his little shuffle. Looks like he needs a poo. Oh, this guy's a bit more chill. Look at him. He's just having a little walk through the town. That guy's in a rush. He really does need to go to the toilet. Some of these guys are proper running. The guy's at the back, isn't it? This guy's not going anywhere. Yeah, so I'd like them to start shooting at each other at some point soon. Yeah, the Ferraris are very nice. In ACC, I am what's it called? Lamborghini. These are still the bad guys. Bad guys can't go. Okay, this guy's making his way through. What's he gonna do with all those trees? He's just gonna flatten them. I'm quite surprised nobody's targeting anybody just yet. What's that guy doing? Like having a wee. These are the American guys. So these are hiding. This guy's really hiding. Look, he's literally in some cabbages. The American guys look a lot more stern, don't they? So the mortars are all well and good, but no one's there to shoot them. Man, what's the point? What is that thing? Oh, well, that's never going to work, is it? I'm going to have to get them out of the trees. If they fire, they're just going to explode. Yeah, the Ferrari's one of the good ones. I love the Porsche. I do love the Porsche. Oh, this tank's on the move. Right, so there's nothing happening at the moment. I was hoping this was going to be some all-out war. So what we can do in this as well is we can speed up, which I believe is Control Z to speed up and then Shift Z to return to normal. So if you see the top right hand corner up there, it's ×2, ×3, ×4, ×5. Keep going. So we can see we're 5 minutes into the mission now. These guys are all on the move. When do things start flying around? Okay, our infantry have started moving. Oh, there's a bit of gunfire going on because that guy just died. What's this thing? Okay, here we go. Let's kick it off now. Okay, so we fast forward it again. We can see what ultimately will happen. So we're times 30, now we're 10 minutes in. So these guys are going to push up. They've all stopped on the line there, I presume, because they don't want to go any further. Our tank's advancing. Their tank is advancing. It's all very sped up. Nothing is happening. I was kind of hoping for a bit more drama. Maybe that'll come when I start putting the choppers in. Okay, so our tank is nearly at their front there. So let's play that. See what's going on, because surely they must be shooting at them. So that is the... It's the Paladin. This thing. He's nearly at their guy. I mean, their guys are standing over there. Why are you not shooting at them? It's just spawning through trees. Okay, let's speed this along. He's just going to go through that, is he? Smash. Oh. Oh, what's he shot? Is he shooting at? Oh, he's shooting at this guy. Whatever this thing is. It's that thing. Oh, that thing's dead. Okay, this is what I wanted. A little bit more destruction. Right, okay. So let's have a look at this guy again. Is he going to carry on going? Oh, wow. Yeah, everyone's running. He's aiming at something behind that wall. Oh! That guy is toast. This is what I was hoping for, a little bit of destruction, a little bit of explosions. Has he got himself stuck in between that? Yeah, he's just sitting there now. Not really doing a lot. Right, so what I can do now, I reckon, is now I know that these guys are going to actually attack each other. I'm going to set the artillery guys to actually attack each other. Because that wasn't done before. Got to try and find number one again. So their number one guy is called Ground 2. And our number one guy is called Ground 8. So Ground 8 needs to attack Ground 2. Ground 2 needs to attack Ground 8. So Ground 2. Attack Ground 8. There we go. So they should start attacking each other a little bit more now. Let's stick some choppers in. We'll have some Apaches on our side and we'll have some KA-50s on their side. Scal, is that a fair fight? Apache versus KA-50. Right, so on our side we'll have the AH-64s. I don't know what to arm it with. It doesn't need... I don't know, Hellfire just sounds cool, doesn't it? You know what, I'll be honest with you, I don't really know what it does, but I guess a lot of rockets would be good for this. So you've got that Hellfire or that Hellfire. KL. You think that's fairly even, yeah? Let's see him duke it out. What does a Hellfire do? And do I want the K or the L? I guess I want the L, right? Oh, Apaches don't have air-to-air. Okay. I'm going to go with this one. I don't know what the difference is between that one and that one. Meh. I'm just going to get it to attack the infantry and I'm going to give them 2. So... Hellfire's a guided missile, okay. So all I want this to do is to attack Ground 2. Attack group. Ground 2. And I want 2 of them. Come on. Wakey wakey. It's gone bananas again. Okay. So I want a second one of those. And I want to put them both on random. Like I said, I always like random. And then I'll give them 2 KA-50s to attack ground, what did I say it was? 8. Yeah, ground 8. But the KA-50s are going to attack those helicopters, right? So these are KA-50s. Well, I won't give them any air-to-air stuff. They seem to be able to carry a lot more bits. Heat frags, and what are these? Unguided rockets. Yeah, let's just have them. I'm going to have 2 of those guys. So let's go right down here. Let's go 2 of them. And we want them to attack these ground guys, which are group 8. So attack group, ground 8. Okay, so those guys they need to be a bit closer because they're a bit further out. Or these guys need to be a bit further out. Why can I not move anything? What's going on? Okay, there we go. Right, so they've got their mission. They have to fly over their guys and attack those guys. These guys are going to fly over these guys and attack these guys. Sound sites are probably just going to destroy them both. Well, I mean, get them on the deck. What is the lowest? If I type 0, it will always type the lowest. So if I put them at 200 foot, so 2454. And then I'll put these guys at 2362. Okay, should we see what that looks like? Let's have a little look. So we go to fly mission, start. The F-16 is going to take off again because I didn't set it to be a playable person. Okay, so there's the KA-50. Look at that beautiful thing. So these guys are just going to start attacking the ground units, the infantry guys. Chaffing and flaring already. See missiles going across the ground there. Things are exploding. This is more like it. This is what I wanted. Yes. Oh. He's running from something. Bullets fly in. Here we go. Proper war zone. Oh, he's in trouble. How's the other guy doing? Oh, the other guy's hiding behind the buildings. Gonna crash into one in a minute. Oh, that one's dead. So where's our Apaches? They're not dead already, are they? Maybe they need more helicopters. Oh, he's dead. I don't know where our Apaches went. They can't have died immediately. The sound site's proper picking on that guy. He's only got one wing. I guess you don't really need a wing in a helicopter, do you? He's running. Well done. Cool. Okay, so I think we're going to double up on choppers. I don't know what happened to our Apaches at the beginning there, so let's go back and have a look. Make sure they were actually spawned. It's telling you in here. 8 o'clock. Shot and hit. And the next one, pilot dead. Rotary 1-1's dead. Rotary... Where's Rotary 1-2 then? Rotary 1-2's down here. Crashed. Okay, so they did spawn. They just didn't do very well. Did I put these at the right heights? Let's make 4 of them. It'll be a bit more fun then. More chances of one of them making it through. Okay, so I set their... Oh, they're all set to veterans. That's not going to help. Random that up. Random. Random. I do this because my skill set is random, depending on my mood for the day. I've given up sugar this week, so I'm probably not going to be very good. Right, so that's those guys. That's those guys. Let's move these out a smidge. We can not move these again. Let's move them out a smidge. Bring them around here. So they're being defended by these guys a little bit. Also, we need some planes to be dropping bombs. What is, Cal, if you remember, the enemy equivalent of a A-10? SU-25. Oh, the Frogfoot. Cool. All right, I'm going to chuck in something a bit beefy first. MiG-29 ARS. Okay. Look at that thing. Okay, it's a big old thing, isn't it? So he needs to have a bit of a loadout. I guess these are Fox 2s. Other semi-active radar. So Fox 1s. Those are Fox 2s. What are these then? Infrareds. Maybe you want some ones. Do that. And let's give he only need one of those. He's going to come from a long way out because he's going to be shifting. So he can take off from Damascus. So the idea being that she could probably come from a bit further away. Yeah, if he takes off from there, he'll be arriving about the same time as I arrive from Beirut. Okay, so that'll be F-16 versus MiG-29, which I feel like is a fairly fair fight. So if I add there and I'll make him his cap, so I'll get him to just lurk around there for a little bit. He'll probably take down whatever's left of the Apaches, like I will take down whatever's left of the K-50s. So he can lurk around there. Hopefully get us into a little dogfight. Put him at 10,000 feet. 10,000. And then when he gets there, he can orbit. Okay, and is there search and destroy? Search and engage, yep. Okay. Cool, and I will do the same with the F-16. Obviously, I'll fly over. I'll try and take that guy out. I'll try and take out these, whatever's left of these Ka-50s if they're flying around still. Obviously, we're both going to be dealing with SAM sites. He's going to be dealing with a Patriot site, and he hasn't got any harms. Let's have a look, see if he's got anything like that. Cool livery. Anything with a tooth on it. Love it. No, okay. Yeah, good teeth. Right. Okay, so things should be a little bit more interesting now. So if I hit save and we have a little look, there should be some actual stuff happening down here. Okay. That is our. That is sorry. That is the Russian SA-6 site. In come the choppers. Got the boys. They're already dodging, ducking and diving. There's already only 3 of them. Where's the fourth? Oh, okay, before they die, I want to see our ones. Apaches. Okay, there's the Apaches. There's 2 of them together there. They're almost hitting each other. Okay, let's go free camera. Why are you going so high? Is that an Apache? Okay, right, so we've got a proper war zone going on now. See, we've stepped it up a notch since we were last hit. Is the Apache even firing on anyone? Oh, there goes the other Apache on the left. Wow, serious stuff. Apaches are dancing, aren't they? Missiles going off. Wow, this whole war is over very quickly. So what are we looking at on the map here? We zoom in. I mean, there's damage on both sides, here and here. They've got no Ka-50s left. We've got 2 Apaches that are running for the hills. They've proper run away, haven't they? You cowards! Come back and finish me off! Alright, so we're left with just whatever's happening here. As the Apache's turning back. Yay! Right, so where's the MiG-29? He's down here. He's not even taken off yet. He's taxiing though. The F-16's probably up here, but I didn't give him any weapons. So he's taxiing too. Okay, so by the time we get to this war, it's going to mostly be over. Okay, these guys are coming back in now. Let's have a look. Wondering if I've given them the right tools for the job. I haven't seen them fire on anyone yet. They have done. There's 4 missiles missing. Where's the other one? He's there. This guy's getting brave. Miner building! Miner building! Right, let's look on the map. They're still clearing off. Then are they coming around the back? They're going to be met by MiG-29 in a minute. Okay, let's speed things up. See what happens. So the F-16 and the MiG-29 aren't in the air yet. Alright, the F-16's in the air. He don't know what he's doing. He's cleared off. So 10 minutes in and the MiG-29's just taken off, but he's on a direct course. But I got a feeling he's not going to do very well when he gets inside that circle. Okay, there. Sams are starting to attack our boys down there. So look at them then. Always chugging like fumes out the back, aren't they? Okay, what do we do for map? We are here. This is the process that goes into making each one of these missions that you see, by the way. This is this much effort every time. Okay, what's going to happen here? Surely he's going to attack those. No? Or maybe because he hasn't been set to search and engage until he gets to this point, maybe he waits. But he's going to get shot down as soon as he goes over that Patriot site. There he goes. Hey. He's not even defending himself. You got the pilots. He's going to do more damage by falling out the air on everyone. No, why did he not defend himself? The F-16 is just parked up. The guy's just standing next to it. Brilliant. Right, how's the rest of the war doing? Everybody having a good time? The tank's still chugging along. Fast forward it. Fast forward. Oh, even at whatever this is, at 30 times speed. 60 times speed. He still looks like he's going slowly. Oh, someone hit him. Who hit him? What I might do is put a fresh set of choppers on the ground as well, so that once this doesn't work, and they all die in the air immediately before I even get there. A fresh set will take off once I get there, and the war will start a little more once we're involved. Just wait for him to turn his turret. He can do exactly the same as before, isn't he? There he goes. He's turning his turret. Like a douche. Oh, he's right there. They're literally sitting next to each other. Did he destroy that? Oh yeah, he did. There's a load of infantry in the road down there. They're about to die. That's going to be very unfortunate. Run away, run away! One thing I don't know, if it's even possible, oh, those guys are dead, is to get a replay, because obviously I edit in the replays in between the actual flight. I don't know if it's possible to get a replay if I fly two planes, because my plan is going to be that I take off in the F-16, I go back, I land, I get in the A-10, I come back in and I clear up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a replay on both. I don't know how it works. Oh, there's a lot of bodies strewn across the road over there. He's watching something. What's he watching? He's tracking something moving. Let's look on the map. He's tracking that thing. Whatever this thing is. Oh, there he goes. It's unfortunate. He's doing a good job of clearing these guys out. So yeah, if I put the Frogfoot in, so the Frogfoot comes in and bombs all these guys. And I put the A10 to come in and bomb what's left of these guys. I mean, to be honest, there's not that much left. I feel like I need to give them a bit more stuff. Let's give them some more stuff. They also need something that is like the equivalent of a harm on their side, something like radiation destroying. Okay, so that's... I'm going to make that a friendly just in case we need to hobble back for anything. So the F-16 down here, let's arm him up. So what you have to do on this one, if you have never done this before, is if you want to be able to fly it, you set the skill level to client. Now, I'm not sure if players only come up since the last update, I think, or a couple of updates ago, and I've never used it, but I presume that means you can play it. But I've always put client. Client means that you can get in it and fly it. Any of these others means it's AI. And player, I'm unsure, never tried it. So do client for that one. So we go in here. First off, we pick a livery. I quite like the shark because it's blue underneath and grey from above. I mean, that makes sense, right? If you're doing camo. What a gorgeous looking little thing. So, being a F-16, fuel tank. Well, we're not going to be up there very long. I don't know. All right. Gonna go for the ECM long pod because of the SAM site. And I need a harm targeting system, and I also need a lightning targeting system. I think I need to get rid of the fuel. So I need air-to-air. I need some sidewinders on the wings. 2 9Xs on the wings in case we end up in a dogfight, and then aim on 20s. Shame you can't double up on these. You can't add a pylon, can you? What does that thing do? What's a TTCS pod? You know what? I don't know what that is. So yeah, we'll do AMRAAM. Have a couple more AMRAAMs. And then what can we have on here? We can put on rockets, or we could do bombs. We could make a little start. Oh no, we need harms, don't we? Of course we do. Harm that side. Harm that side. Look at her. She's fully loaded with no fuel. That could be funny. It has a fuel tank here and here. And obviously in the wings, but not much. It's going to be a very, very short flight. She's going to have to stay off the throttle. Okay. It's not even at max weight, look. 80%. And then we've got the gun if we need it. I think, yeah, that's going to... Do I need a targeting pod if I'm using a harm? I don't, do I? Getting rid of it. Because the harm pod does that. Can I put anything else on there? No, literally can't do anything. Okay. So this one's got harms without a harm targeting pod. They've not got them built in like Mavericks, have they? Not built into the tip. Let's save that anyway. It's safe. Right, so that's ready to go. So then we need to add in the A10. It's going to be weird jumping from one to the next. Again, I'm going to do take off parking hot, just because, you know, I'm going to start the plane up for me, right? And then we need to add in some bits. So, she needs 2 2,000-pound bombs. I'm going to say JDAMs. They're just so much more reliable than the laser guided, aren't they? And then we need... Let's have some guided rockets. Guided rockets on both sides. And then we'll have Mavericks. Someone was telling me the Ds are better. Is that right? Ds are better? Can't remember what I said. What was the comments? 65Ds have a much better... Okay, that is kind of what I normally use. Someone told me the other day to use the H's. But I thought the D's were better for like night vision and stuff like that. And then on the outsides here, we need a couple more little bombs. Oh, we need a targeting pod. That's what we need. Targeting pod. I always stick the targeting pod on the same side, just so I'm used to going right hand turn around it. So we can have there's not really any moving targets as such. We could have another. Oh, they don't really do a GPS bomb on this, do they? Targeting marker flares. Let's go for a cluster. I don't know which one's better out of these two. You'd always presume that 202 was better than 10, but then 10's got to be bigger. Okay, mate, you enjoy a bit of DCS. 202. It's more. More is more. And then we'll have an air-to-air just in case we need it. Sidewinder, and then on this side we'll have ECM. I'm going long again. Just for the SAM site in case the SAM site is not dead at this point. Okay, she's at 107 fuel, but the great thing about this plane is you don't need any fuel. It doesn't use any. And that is set to client. So that won't be visible when we first take off. That'll only be visible once I get the F-16 back on the ground. Okay. I love it. The only other thing I can do here really is start to show you a little bit of the triggering system. So I want the Su-25 to go up against the A-10, but obviously I'm going to fly in with the F-16, which I'm going to do from the start. So I've got the MiG-29 coming from the start as well. Not that he's going to survive the Patriot site. Does anybody know? Is there something that I can send out that will take down a Patriot site from the enemy side? Any enemy aircraft? So yeah, those two are going to meet. They're going to meet in the middle, which is great. What I will do is I'll move this back a bit, so I'll get him to orbit here. So he searches and does his little loopy loops here. So he's not quite in the site area. Well, there's no real saving him, is there? He kind of spawns inside the kill zone. Yeah, so F-16 and MiG-29 are going to meet in the middle. And then I want the Frogfoot to spawn when the A-10 launches. So what I would do for that, for instance, is I can make a trigger zone. This little button, little small circle here on the left-hand side, it's a trigger zone. So if I put that there, that goes bright yellow. I've lost my DCS for some reason. There we go. You can see it's massive. We don't need it that massive. We can drop it right down. Shrinky, 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 shrinky. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. Okay, just reading the comments. Yeah, we'll try it. I'll put the bot on Ace and see if he's any good. So what I want is when... Oh, it depends on what runway is in use. What I was thinking about is having the A-10 when you can set the rule so that when the A-10 leaves this area, it then activates the other one, but the A-10 is not going to be there to start with, and sometimes with this program it can be a bit literal. So if the A-10's not there, it's going to immediately go, oh, it's left, and it'll launch the Frogfoot straight away. So we'll get that little name. So we'll give that the A-10 trigger. Okay. Shrink that down. Oh, not too much. Okay, so when the A10 leaves that area, the frogfoot will spawn at the other location. Right, it won't yet because I haven't set it up. So if I go over and see the frogfoot, which I'll put down here at Kookaburra, whatever that's called. So if I put an enemy plane in here, Russian enemy plane, SU-25T, did you say? Yeah, SU-25T. Okay, and I make him take off from the parking. Hot, but I click lay activation. He won't be there to start with. So he will literally be invisible. And there he is. When it comes to weapons on these things, I haven't got the foggiest of what to put in here. I don't know what a mercury pod is. I don't know what a cannon is. I guess that's a gun on a cannon. Yeah. I mean, that looks pretty serious. Have they got any anti-radiation missiles? Semi-active laser. Red. Let's see if they've got any radiation stuff. Laser guided rockets. An arm has got to be similar to a harm, yes? Let's put one of them on for him. Okay, so then he's also got an infrared in case he runs into me. What on earth is an MPS? Is that some kind of defense? I don't know. Doing a lot of guesswork. Weird that it doesn't have its own gun. I guess it's got its own targeting pod built in, is it? It's got a gun underneath. It certainly looks like a gun. Okay, it hasn't got any bombs, so let's put in a couple of bombs. Not as easy to understand as the ally side, is it? Dispensers and 100 kilograms and 500 kilograms. Yeah, have a 500 kilo bomb. So you got missiles. You got whatever I think is harms. Could do with some air-to-air stuff. That's what that is. Yeah, it's an archer. Okay, he's got some bits that he can use to attack. Great. So his main job will be to take off. So he's put in his waypoint. So we've already clicked late activation. So we put in his waypoint and we send him to here. And then we add, he needs to attack ground 8. On task, attack group, ground 8. So wherever our guys are, he's going to start attacking them. What is our SAM site called? Oh, crap. Ground 10 now. So that is our SAM site as well. Okay, so we're putting a ground 10. We'll also add in a ground 8. Attack group, ground 8. So he has to attack all those things. Yeah, so hopefully he'll take some of that stuff out. And then we give him, maybe, should we give him a buddy? Should we give him a little buddy? I'm not sure. So his job is to attack those two things. Hopefully ground 10 first, because that'll take out the SAM site. So, in theory, he is not going to arrive until we leave that zone which we made. So we go into triggers, which is like an automation. Don't need the Merc pod. Okay, I'll get rid of that in a minute. No, don't worry about this. Basically means it happens once. So this is what is going to set the trigger off. So when I didn't remember what the unit, when a unit is outside of a zone. So we know we want the A10. So we have the A10 trigger. I've forgotten what the A10 is number is, but it will be the last of the aerials that's not the Frogfoot. So the last aerial will be that one. It'll be aerial 3-1. We'll check it. So when aerial 3-1 leaves the zone trigger, which we've made there, it will then spawn. So we group activate aerial 4, which will be the Frogfoot. I'm going to go check that now. So when unit 3-1 leaves that area, it will trigger that at any point during the game. So let's just double check now. Zoom in. So that is aerial 3-1. Yep, which is what we wanted. So when aerial 3-1 leaves this circle, it will spawn the guy at the other end, which is perfect because he's a little bit closer than me anyway. So that will spawn Frogfoot, which was aerial 4. Brilliant. So that's all good then. So, right. Okay, so if we hit save, go fly mission. Have a look, see what's going on. So we've got the choice now, F16 or A10. So this time it's going to put us in the F16 because it thinks we're going to fly. We don't want to. We want to have a little look and see what's going on. I didn't put those other helicopters in. Right, everything seems to be in order. Helicopters are coming in. Helicopters are coming in. These guys are moving. They're already shooting at each other. Everyone's flying. Little bombs are flying everywhere. Let's just make sure we don't have a Frogfoot already. We do. We do have a Frogfoot. And he's off. Cheeky little Frogfoot. Okay, so that's what I meant about it being quite literal. Ugly little thing, isn't it? Okay. So let's exit back out. So we made a mistake there. So we need to find a different way to activate it. So the best thing we can probably do is to put something around, rather than saying when it leaves an area, we're going to have to say when it enters an area. So we change this A10 trigger to a square, quad point, and then we edit the corners. And we basically make it so that there's no way that A10 can leave without going through it. Like that. Okay, so that's now the A10 trigger. So we set that. So as soon as he drives through that, it spawns. So rather than when he leaves, we say when he arrives. So go to this one. We've got unit outside zone. So we need to change that to unit inside zone. So exactly the same thing. So when unit 3-1 is inside the A10 trigger, group 4 gets activated. Let's just double check I put him on late activation. Just make sure I haven't messed up in some other way. Say it's very literal. Because there's some, like, I put in, a lot of the time I put it on online stuff, I do scoring. So when I say, when I die, mission ends. But of course, because I don't spawn in at the very start of the game, the mission ends before I even get in. And it ends up on this permanent loop of restarting the match over and over again. So you have to say, when I die, after 200 seconds. So it gives you a couple of minutes to get in. Otherwise, it just ends up in this permanent loop of just restarting itself over and over and over again. Drive you crazy. Right, what were you saying? You need to get rid of something on here, didn't you? You need to get rid of the pods. You don't need the Merc pod. Oh, is that the one in the middle? Mercury pod, okay. Remove that. Can I put something else there instead? No. What's a Phantasmagoria? Phantasmagoria. Yeah, that's exactly what that says. Sorry. Oh, no. I clicked the wrong button. Oh, that's annoying. Move that payload. Let's give him some bombs again. Some 500 kilo bombs. Funny looking things, isn't they? Right, I've got to give him his harms again. Sweet. So now, when we go into the mission, fly the mission, we go in the... That's the seed pod. Okay. Do I need the seed pod? I don't know what these things are. Like I said at the beginning of this stream, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Fly it. And hit map. Zoom out. Now, hopefully, there is only a MiG-29 there, which is exactly what we want. Yes. There he goes. I don't know all these buttons off by heart, by the way. I've got them all stored in a Stream Deck. These guys are all killing each other. Excellent stuff. They're really having a go, aren't they? What I have noticed is that the Apaches don't really do a lot. They're not really firing much, are they? Oh, that Apache's gone. That Apache's gone. That Apache's gone. And that Apache's gone. What have these guys got that's so good? Killing all my Apaches off. Okay, that KA-50's gone. Okay, they're doing a lot better this time. C-pod for the harms. Right, okay. I'm glad you know what you're doing. Okay, the killing seems to have stopped. So what'd be nice, say like 10 minutes in, after is that never mind, no DCS server is on the last base. I don't know what you mean, mate, I'm afraid. Oh, the dogs are playing downstairs. Okay. So what I want to do is like 10 minutes in, maybe another set of KA-50s and another set of those guys pop up once these damn sites have gone. Here comes the dog. What are you doing? Yeah, tippy-tapping around. Hello? Come here. Come here. Hello? Trying to call him in. Hello, little guy. All right. He stresses when he doesn't know where I am. Right. Back to it. Yeah, I was going to add in a couple more heli choppers when I... Let's exit out of this because we're actually in the game. I keep thinking we're in the menu here. We're getting close. We're getting close to being done. I mean, this is a particularly complicated mission. They don't normally take quite this long. If I'm just going in, blowing up some stuff and leaving again. So what I can do with these guys is I can copy them. I believe I can Control C and Control V. There we are. So what if I put these on the ground? Stick them in a field. And have them take off from the ground. Take off from ground. Let me move them. Why are you not letting me move them? Move these. I can move all four of them. I can't move individual. Go late activation as well. Let me move it. There we go. Late activation. Let's put you in the corner there. Not that close, are they? No. And they are going to do the same thing. So because they've been copied, they're literally going to do the same thing. So I can do late activation. I can do it by time, can I? Yeah, I'll just spawn them both. Right, so these guys, again, Control C, Control V. Don't know what's going on here. I've managed to nab one from the wrong group. Right, and these guys can take off from this little area about here. Right about here. Okay, so that is rotary 4. And these should be rotary 3. Yes. So rotary 3 and 4 at 10 minutes in, they're going to take off and start attacking each other. These need to be take off from the ground. Okay, I imagine I can probably just type in there 10 minutes. But I'm going to try and do it with a trigger. So a new trigger, new. Mission time. Time is more than, oh, okay, what's 10 minutes in seconds? That would be easy, wouldn't it? Because you just times it by 10. 600 seconds. 6,000 seconds? 600 seconds. Okay. I say it's easy. I'm now confused as to whether I actually just figured that out or not. So group activate. So we want it to activate rotary 3 and rotary 4. So we just hit that, we hit clone, hit rotary 4. Okay, so now I activate both of those 600 seconds in. I'm just going to do the math on that. So why can I not think about how to do the maths? I can't even think. Yeah, 600. That's what I think it is. Yeah, 60 seconds times 10. Yeah, so 600. Easy. I'm making it more complicated. Right, so they're going to spawn 10 minutes into the game. Hopefully by which point I'll be there. But these guys will have already killed each other. So one more time, just for funsies. Are these going to all random still? Random, yeah. Random, yeah. So one more time, we fly the mission. Start. Yeah, it's 600. Yeah, good. I'm glad you're smart. Problem is, I know this stuff, but then I instantly doubt myself. As soon as I think, oh, I've just done a bit of easy maths. I go, oh, it can't be right then. Dogs are off. We times something by 10, just add a 9. Oh, is it? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, yeah, 099. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I was just wondering whether that was correct. If I was doing the right math, 60 times 10, or should it have been something else? Anyway, doesn't matter. My stupidity is irrelevant to how to fly these jets, surely. Right, everyone's destroying each other. Excellent news. There's only a MiG-29 over here. Excellent news. There's only one set of choppers over here. Yeah, no choppers on the ground. What is that thing? Oh, it's just a load of stuff. Okay, so they are shooting stuff. Hold on. Who are these guys? And why are they already there? I didn't click late activation, did I? Watermelon. Hang on. Hang on, everyone. Bear with. Mission editor. Late activation. There we go. That's literally all I had to do. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to fly the mission. I'm going to fly in an A10 and I'm just going to move the A10 forwards. And you're going to see that Frogfoot take off. Just to prove my works. Okay, so let's get in the A10. Feels like home in the A10, you know? You've never heard watermelon? That's probably one of my own ones. I'm not sure. Right, so if we look at the map, you'll see that there is now only one set of those, not two. There's only one set of those. And there is only a MiG-29 down here. Yep, just a MiG-29. So if I get in the jet, I'll just move it forwards. I haven't got my rudder thing set up. But all I've got to do is do this. Just move it into that little area. I don't have my head tracking on either. I'm making missions. Okay, come to a stop. And if we look on the map, there's a frogfoot. There you go. So we've moved through that zone. I don't think it shows you on this map where the zones are. Down here. No, it doesn't show you the zone, but the zone basically went across here, didn't it? So now we've moved into that zone. It spawned that frogfoot. There you go. There's one last thing I need to show you all before I go, because I'm not going to do another one of these. I feel like it's been very wordy and not very actiony, you know? So I'm exiting out of that. So this is mission 18, yeah. I've got some other ones planned. This is mission 17 and 18. That's offensive. The one that came out last week was 16. This will be mission 17 and 18, split into two. Looks like the game's crashed. And then I've got 19 is Air Force Zero, which is like an escorting a president type thing. 20 is the one hopefully I'm going to get you to give me a hand with, which is Squiggly Squid, where we go through the mountains using the waypoints. And then I've got one planned for 21 already for the F-16. So I'm going to try and flip-flop between the A-10 and the F-16. What I don't want to do is alienate anyone who is following my channel because they like A-10s. Okay, it's crashed again. Yeah, and then start flying the F-16 all the time. So, as much as the F-16 is very cool, it's no A-10. A-10's so cool. Goes in front line, just absolutely decimates everything. It's fantastic. The F-16's party trick is its speed. And that is what my mission 21 is. It's about getting somewhere quickly. Trying to get there fast. I think my DCS has crashed. This is not good. Oh, I got the spinning wheel of death again. The K50 is the best. Yeah, you know what? From what I've seen of the K50, I mean, you saw that when those Apaches were dead in seconds. Those Ka-50s were lasting. They were doing really well. Yeah, A-10's always going to be my favourite plane. It's always been one of my favourite planes. This really isn't happening, is it? Is this going to be a control-alt-delete situation? It's just what we need. These are the joys of live streams, eh? Control-alt-delete. There we go. Task manager. It's not even in the list. There it is. End task. Gone. Right, sorry for the black screen. I should get that little picture of that. You know the little girl in front of the chalkboard on the BBC? I can get that and just put like a plane in it. Well, I can't do helicopters, mate. So we're in the same boat, but opposite ends of it. Just find it so hard to fly an Apache. Yeah, I'm just booting it back up again. Bear with me. I know you're just staring at a blank screen now. Come on, little computer. I was going to just show you one last thing before I call it a day. I can't imagine many people watch a lot of BBC that aren't in England, but there was this very famous picture of a girl with I think she's got a toy clown, and she's in front of this board and she's playing what's it called? Noughts and crosses. Right, okay, so back into the mission editor, open a mission, open double bubble. So the last thing I was going to show you is one of the last things I change is all of the settings. When it opens. Another thing I do as well is there's like a scoring system in this game as well. It doesn't work if you play it off of your local machine, but if you do it off of a server, you can do scoring. So that if you click on this little box here, they're called mission goals. And in here, you can add a mission goal and give it a score. So when this guy is dead, you get 20 points. When this guy is dead, you get 20 points. And what you can do then is in the in the triggers, you can set it to, oh, when it gets to 100 points, you've won the game. Or you can set it so that if I die, the opposite team get 100 points. And you can also set that again so it resets the mission. So if you're playing it as like a game, you can, every time you die, it then respawns, restarts the game for you. Or you can have it so when this person dies, something else happens. And you can set it as little score points. So a lot of the time I'll set it as a mission complete is 50 points, and a land back at base will be 50 points. So that way the mission will end. So when I kill them, I can set a trigger to go off to send me a little message at 50 points and say, congratulations, you've killed the enemy. Head back to base. And then when I get back to base, it can say, well done, you made it back. Mission over. And then it ends the mission after a set period of time. Top Gear is fantastic. I mean, unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's ever coming back. Yeah, I don't know if it's the same kind of point system. This point system kind of just triggers stuff off. I think a lot of those point systems are done with Discord and stuff. I was looking at them the other day, trying to make my server into a bigger and better thing that other people can play on. Right, so what I was going to talk to you about was the little tick box over here. So this brings up a menu on the right-hand side, which gives people, you can force stuff. So if you have nothing enforced, people come in with their own settings. What you want to do is, say for like F10 view, you want to have my aircraft or fog of war on, basically. So that stops them from seeing all these things on the map. Dog's barking. Another thing I hate are labels. So I get rid of labels, no labels. And a few other things that I change are civilian traffic. I don't know, sometimes I have it off. It slows the system down a bit. Birds, we don't want any birds. The most important one for me when I'm doing live recordings is battle damage assessment. I turn that off. So that enforces that both of those are off. So the battle damage assessment doesn't come up, which you know every time you kill someone, you get that little box on the right that says, oh, this person's 100% damaged or 10% damaged. Don't want that because it looks terrible on the telly. So yeah, I'll get rid of that. I'll probably have all on for me for when I'm filming. I tend to not look at it, but what I like to do is before I leave, have a quick look, see if anybody's left. If there's just like one guy hiding in the trees and he's got like 10% life left, I can then swing back in and then get him. But that is essentially how I make a mission from scratch, and that took 2 hours and 10 minutes. So I apologize for using up so much of your time, but hopefully I'll fly this tomorrow and get the first part up Wednesday, second part up Friday. There'll be 2 shorter episodes, hopefully. And these guys will all be, destroying each other and shooting each other down. But yeah, I'm looking forward to flying this one. It's going to be good. It's called Double Bubble, so look out for it. Part 1 Wednesday, part 2 Friday. And for now, if you haven't already, go and have a little look at the one that came out last Friday, which is called That's Offensive, which was a nice little missile avoidance in the A10, trying to dodge SAM-6 missiles and stuff in an A10, which was good fun. Good fun. And one of them goes right across the front window and nearly kills me, but doesn't quite, which is good fun. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Scal, thank you for all your help. Appreciate it. Get knuckling down on ACC, and then I'll see you on the Nordschleife at some point, and we can have a tear up, mate. And I'll give you a shout about doing this mission with me and Bucking Awesome in a couple of weeks. Excellent. You guys have all been awesome as always, and thank you very much for watching. Thank you for all the subscriptions. New missions every Friday. I always include the mission files in the game as well, so in the description below you can just nick that mission file and you can fly these missions yourself. I'm making them, as you can see. They take 2 hours to make. It's a bit of a shame to lose them after a 10-minute video, so I put them up. Hopefully you guys all enjoy them, and I'll see you on the next one. But thank you very much for watching. Thank you all, and thank you for all the comments, Scal, and I'll catch you soon, man. See you later. Bye.